Go.
Hey, shalom everyone. I just want to say tonight is a very special night because after me we have the Queen of Rhythm.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Francesca Maximo. I have a story about her, but I'm not going to tell it.
At the end of your set, you tell me.
Okay, well anyways, they call me Hurricane Brain. All my nerves are lost nerves. Finality exists as faulty serotonin snipers of missing targets trying to hit bullseyes. They attempt to cross the bridge, but the bridge was cut open by a Category 5 hurricane, now sitting broken in Mobile Bay with a 1/8-mile gap, concrete, asphalt, and rebar at the bottom of the bay where crabs used to crawl. I know I can't, it's small type. The engineers must decide whether it's feasible to repair rather than rebuild, but according to the science of bridge architecture, once a bridge breaks, no band-aids or plaster casts can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Pills are but a tool in an intricate toolbox, serving as band-aids for broken bridges. When serotonin tries to connect us to happiness, I can't always control the most common disease in the world, which consists of lost nerves with finality.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That's going to be in my book that's coming out in December. It's called Everything I Think Is All in My Mind. This is called Distrussion.
Speak more into it.
This is called Distrussion. I feel distress, or is it stress? Maybe I'm distressed because I'm stressed and possibly depressed, but I've been so depressed so much, sometimes I'm oblivious to the fact that I'm depressed, which is distressing and quite stressing and inevitably depressing, which I can only qualify as stressful and distressful and a little too much of anything I want anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a piece that was published in an Australian anthology called Globalization. It's called Survival of the Thinkiest. I come from a place where selfishness is synonymous with survival. It is not uncommon for me to traverse knee-deep snow when getting out of bed on sweltering summer days, and despite that I am numb and knee to ankle, the soles of my feet burn from scorching summer sand, there are people who claim to feel no pain when walking barefoot over hot coals. Welcome to the world of mind over matter, where people feel no pain, but their feet are bloodied and blistered. I come from a place where selfishness is synonymous with survival, where success cannot happen without sacrifice. I come from a place called Earth, a giant ball of dirt, stone, water, and gases littered with plants and animals. Amongst the animals is a creature called human. Unlike the rest who simply survive, humans think, humans reason, humans justify. There are over 7 billion humans scurrying about trying to find their place on this place called Earth, and if just one of these thinking, reasoning, justifying creatures truly found its place, it could stay put. But we all have to move to get out of bed. Okay. Thank you, everyone. This is called bleeding. When I get cut, my blood flows from my skin like lava from Kilauea. Sometimes I need more than direct pressure to make it stay inside. Sometimes I bleed recollections my subconscious decides it's time to say goodbye to. One it held on to, forming grudges on the inside walls of my personality that have aged enough to naturally decay and chip away into history. Sometimes I bleed bits and pieces of my childhood I have hoarded away to create an inflatable stunt mattress to break the fall of challenges and traumas of adulthood. Sometimes my blood runs clear, forming inconsolable tears when words are not available to wrap my soul in warmth, when I've slipped and fallen into consequential hypothermia. Sometimes my blood is made of words that form when my tears and thoughts pool together into poetry. When that happens, my blood no longer belongs to me. Okay. The final, since I have this extra time, the final pieces are going to be a few New York stories. This is called Give Us This Day. He was warned the city would eat him alive, chew him up, and spit him out. He savored the city and digested everything it offered, sweet, bitter, beautiful, ugly. Honking horns and sirens sung him to sleep. The silence outside his childhood bedroom windows riddled his visits home with insomnia. He found horizons in the asphalt and shadows that didn't exist in the Gulf of Mexico. He had become a glutton for all the cul-de-sac had denied him. He delighted in the bitter in a naively sweet way. He realized it was okay to talk to strangers. He enjoyed the company of the waving homeless man who slept on the bench near the East River jogging path just past the Randall's Island walking bridge. They never conversed, never shook hands, never exchanged names, yet each served a purpose for the other's existence. They gave each other each day a little piece of daily bread. One waved, the other waved back. The sweet sound of dawn was the theme song to their conversations, a collaboration by two long-lost brothers who drank their coffee black. That one time they had breakfast together, they sat at the counter of the Silver Star Diner, downing cups of black coffee and chewing on a city neither could ever spit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last piece of that.
Oh, last piece. Okay. This is called Drinking in the Pepsi Sign. We'd sit on the bench in that narrow park near your high-rise apartment building. The moon and the navy blue, almost black sky billowed above a glowing Pepsi sign, romantically reflecting into a dingy East River. I'm not sure if this park was actually a park. The tiny triangular strip of sidewalk bushes and trees had to be designed by a landscape designer. I think our bench was the only bench there. At least it was our bench when we sat in it. Before the days of cell phones, the lone basic wood and wrought iron New York City park bench was an ideal place for a morning cup of joe and a read of the daily news, newspaper slayed wide in the air like a golf umbrella, or a nice solitary lunch break with a view, maybe chicken salad with plenty of celery on marble rye, or a fat Essa bagel with cream cheese, a slice of tomato, and capers if you're feeling adventurous. It was the perfect spot for reading a book or magazine, a heart-to-heart with a friend, or the release of a morsel of gossip into the Manhattan stratosphere. It seemed custom-made for a romantic rendezvous after an evening out, as if the Pepsi sign was a private light show and the bench was a veranda of a villa on Lake Como. But alas, it was just a single bench that provided me with a lasting memory of our intense interpersonal sojourn, residing in my cerebral archives, persistently reminding me of the reason for the existence of romance. Thank you, everyone.